Hey, Gavax here. So, I want to go through the most powerful ability combinations in my mind after thinking through it, using the game, playing it. What would you want to do on offense and defense with the new AP changes? First, before I want to get into that, I want to talk about this right here. Somebody tweeted this at me. I don't remember. Was this always here with the upgrade your champion, Ricky Jackson and Joe Thomas? Was that always a mistake, or is that hinting at something in the future? I don't remember because I don't remember ever really looking at this spot. So let me know in the comments if that's always been there or not. Also, let's do the sponsor before we get into the thick of it. Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden 21 coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 15% off. Alright, so as you guys know, these things, because we did a video on it last week, these things ended up being changed in-game. They just enforced it this morning, so we have the ability points, and they're different, right? We'll adapt. We'll overcome. And I want to go through what you should do with the changes, the best things to have on offense, defense, kind of some things maybe to test out too, because we got 4 new abilities. What I've heard about them: backlash, tackles will get a fatigue penalty for non-conservative tackles on a ball carrier with the ability equipped. Power backs with high trucking, physical wide receivers, aloof halfbacks, and utility fullbacks. Now, the only one you really want to put it on is somebody that you're going to hand the ball off to quite a bit. I don't think physical receivers get the ball in their hands enough unless you're running some sort of jet sweep quite a bit. But I just don't think the hit sticks against them to give defenders fatigue penalties. I don't know if they get the ball in their hands enough. Because really, when you have a receiver out there, you really kind of want to either go down or run out of bounds. You don't really want to be taking hit sticks with guys within the 80s carrying. You'd rather have somebody with high carrying, a Derrick Henry type, a Bo Jackson type, take those hit sticks to fatigue guys. Now, this makes us think of powerful combinations, right? And that's kind of what this whole game and every game is about powerful combinations, the ability to take them to the next level. So with this alone, backlash, you got to think of things like, well, let me see, I wrote down. All right, so basically, I don't know if you remember how Madden 16 was played, but there's a lot of fullback dive. It was aggressive catch, but fullback dive was a big part of 16, sadly. It got problems to the final game, and he almost won it all if Stiff didn't have god tier fullback dive defense. So with this in the game, backlash, run a dive, fullback dive. They can't hit stick you to make you go backwards. You throw on tank when that comes out. We got to get 99 overall on our power halfback, so that'll be probably about month or two. Super Bowl MVP will be a 99. MVP of the league will be a 99 overall. Derrick Henry wins that. Then that's glitchy. I think Rodgers or Mahomes will probably win it though, so it'll be a while before we get tank. But backlash, tank, and reach for it. So they can't conservative tackle you without you reaching for the first down marker or the end zone. Might be kind of a glitchy combo near the end zone. Now, I'm not a big fan of reach for it because I feel like you get that animation instead of maybe a break tackle animation sometimes. But that's just one combo right there with backlash that came to mind, is that and tank, and now all of a sudden they have to try and drag you down, and you're always going to fall forward for extra yards. So interesting one right there, fatigue penalty, but we'll see when that comes forward. Recuperation, have quicker fatigue recovery. This, your mind eventually goes to quarterbacks, because quarterbacks fatigue kind of quickly if they take a hit at all. I did see Vose on Twitter say it doesn't really work that well with his quarterback. It still goes into deep blue, which means super fatigue. And maybe recuperation isn't all that, the quicker fatigue recovery. You will need to actually sub them out for a player, something to get them recovered quicker. Honorary lineman. I saw guys in the Discord, they were doing this, and I'll test this out myself. Impact blocks against defensive backs. Now, it's not Nasty Streak. Nasty Streak is crazy. Honorary lineman, I don't know, it doesn't say super win impactful blocks, just impact blocks. So the way they showed it wasn't that impressive for what I saw, so I'm not that high on honorary lineman right now until I see more of it, okay? That one's kind of I've got a tier list of these abilities too we're going to go through in a second. Deflator will produce more ball carrier fatigue when using non-conservative tackles. Now, this is good. It's 2 AP on run stopper middle linebackers, OLB, and run support safeties. Now, this deflator, I think the most powerful combination to come out of this right now is deflator, and then the changes to enforcer. Basically, enforcer has run stop on middle linebackers and outside linebackers now set to 1 AP. I had tweeted out the other day, which card was it? I guess I can go back to Twitter and figure it out. But anyways, I think the combination of those two, you can do it on your Mutt Master, of course, or you can get, Ted Hendricks, for example. God dang it, why do I forget the guy's name right now? Ted Hendricks, for example. So you go over here, you get your upgrades to him, and then you throw Enforcer Enforcer for 1 AP plus Deflator on tier 2, which, trust me, it's on tier 2. More ball carrier fatigue and non-conservative tackle. So basically, you just like line them up, send them to the ball carrier, you click off, let the Enforcer hit stick them, and then boom, he's out the next play. Now, of course, MUT people have pretty good backups, but it is annoying for your opponent to have to use those backups. Not everybody has a stacked RB core. Not everybody will be able to do that. So, it's not a bad combo to get, some guys, if you're facing a guy that's running the ball a lot, and now you're going to just start fatiguing their ball carriers, if you can land those Enforcer hit sticks, if you can shoot that gap, bro, click off, get the Deflator hit sticks. It's a powerful combo. I mean, it's how we fought the run last year. It's, kind of nice, right? I said, Jamal Adams. Yeah, it was Jamal Adams card. Kind of an underrated card with the AP Enforcer changes coming. So, Jamal Adams is not bad either. It was high speed. So, you got a couple linebackers out there that you can put it on there for 3 AP. Now, you get 12 AP. So, that's half your AP devoted to, really annoying your opponent and taking their guys out of the game. Is that as powerful as the combos I'm going to go through? I think it's up for a test, okay? So, the rest of the changes we went through. So, I'm going to go over my ability tier list. I kind of updated it. I'm not sure. I'm not perfect on where it's at right now. Defense, I got no S tier abilities, which is kind of nice. One step ahead is here. Now, I think what I want to do is kind of test out a few of these powerful ability combos. And new gen versus current gen is way different. New gen, the game's awful. Current gen, it's still playable, but the abilities definitely are different, right? Double nothing doesn't work on new gen, whereas on old gen, it still lights up, still wrecks people. It did get nerfed to 2 AP, if you remember. So double nothing, you're going to start to see it a lot less. I wonder, you could try 5 double nothings and then you got 2 AP left over, right? Since you got 12 AP, you can go with the 5 double nothings and see if that's powerful. Just do a 5-man rush every play, like 3-3-5 odd, and then they won't have a lot of time in the pocket. You could go with 4 edge threats and see if they light up in the middle of the field. 4 edge threats would be kind of neat to try out, see if your 4-man rush can get glitchy or if the middle doesn't work. I know somebody last year said it worked in the middle. It's something I want to try out is 4 edge threats right along the D-line in my big nickel, and then go ahead with that. The one that I talked about since these changes were announced was 4 one-step aheads. So put 1 step ahead on 4 DBs and just play like man coverage and then rush 6, either user blitz or user hover, and then just play man-to-man with no help over the top because 1 step ahead is really neat because 1 step ahead is right here. 3 AP, 4 1 step ahead. This is a slot corner, man corners, and then you just put 4 of them out on the field, and then good luck on your routes getting open because that's gonna be kind of glitchy. You could add, deep zone knockout if you go 3 of them onto those guys too, or knockout chems on routes. So that way, if you do even get beat slightly, you can throw deep route KO 2 AP. You can throw something like that out there. I think man coverage corner is 1 AP if I recall correctly, but. Otherwise, you can do 4 bench presses or any sort of combination of bench press 1 step ahead. Like, I know there's a lot of strong close out there. So, bench press doesn't really work against, tight ends or running backs. So, you go 2 1 step aheads, 2 bench presses, play press man on the outside guys, basically shut them down and out of the game. And then you basically have to just worry about 3 guys in the interior. You got to worry about the guys going to the flats and then wherever the tight end goes. But basically, the receivers are dead. Right? Of course, they can motion over and hit you over the top if you're playing press man. So that is also an issue. You got to shade up and down. But that's, just generic defensive changes that you need to make and adjust to the game. But, it could be kind of glitchy trying a lot of this stuff out. And, not changing the bench press 1 step ahead could lead to a pretty stale blitz meta here because you just throw your 4 1 step aheads out there, blitz them, and then good luck, right? Good luck in your schemes. Basically, you'll see a bunch of people. I mean, I would say 80% of the ladders under center right now in I forms or strongs. So I do a lot of these things like, maybe some people come out in bunch, maybe they'll come out in trips tight end. Trips tight end I think it's a very high skill cap scheme. People that run trips tight end well run it really well. Whereas strong close it feels a little bit, I would guess lesser so than bunch or trips, but if it works, it works, right? You can throw all CBs. I know a lot of people talk. There's a change to acrobats. You see on my safeties that I got 2. Those guys have acrobats on them. So it's twice, but you can throw all CBs at safety. Like, Dion makes a phenomenal free, strong safety for Rod Woodson. Night Train Lane's a great safety, too. So you can still have acrobats out there and just use your safeties at linebackers with no acrobats still. But there's still a lot of good corners. Like, Rod and Night Train are essentially amazing safeties, too. So there is definitely ways of getting around the 2 AP change on acrobat because they didn't change it on corners. I think it's definitely something worth looking at, too. Yeah. That's what I want to talk about on defense is like powerful combos. I know next gen, Fredzilla says mid-zone KO is kind of wild. So if you're on next gen for some reason, I don't know why you'd be playing that. Mid-zone KO still might be the move. Offense, I think Identifier is a must because it's only 1 AP now. You know, you go take a look at it and it's you see how 1 AP, so it got cut in half, right? Gunslinger, they literally doubled the price of it, only gave us 20% more AP. So they nerfed it hard on strong arms. They nerfed it a little bit less, like on scramblers, it only went up 25%, but it got nerfed hard on a lot of the better archetypes. Identifier itself, 1 AP. I think it's basically everybody's gonna be running Identifier now. I don't know if I necessarily like the change. I don't like where they make things that everybody runs. I like there being a variety of powerful things on the ladder. Identifier being 1 AP is just too powerful in my opinion. I might even take that up to S tier because of how cheap it is, right? Like there are certain things that are really good. Like Threat Detector is really good, but it's kind of expensive. Fearless is solid, but it's not better than like Hot Rod Master or Gunslinger, which you can only take it over. QB Playmaker is too expensive in my opinion. Playmaker is actually higher than QB Playmaker because if you have a scheme and you put a 4 AP Playmaker on a guy, it's really powerful. I just think 7 AP for QB Playmaker is too much, but if you know a scheme, right? If you can do like one of those, what people are doing are like deep crossing or deep a streak and then one crossing route and block everybody else, and then waiting for it to come down the field, and then going backwards, right? And then like flicking it the other way. So like it's kind of crazy. Playmaker is super powerful, only 4 AP for a receiver, but you really need to know who you're running on and what you're doing because it gets a little bit wild. Sorry, I moved around some stuff. Slotomatic, I was thought about turning up to A tier. I moved Route Technician up to A tier. I think it's one of the changes from last time. Route Technician's really nice. Route Tech Randy. Route Tech Randy is literally the one step ahead killer, right? Throw him on a deep post. Like I use Rich Gannon instead of Michael Vick because I like the Hot Rod Master better. Randy Moss on an outside apprentice post will torch one step ahead. I torched the one step ahead Deion Sanders for a one play touchdown. He thought he was slick. But no, Randy Moss definitely beat it. So Route Tech, very powerful. I don't want to say it's overpowered because it's 3 AP on him, 2 AP on Dion for the Route Tech. I think Hot Rod Master is S tier also, but it's S tier in a good way. I don't think it's like, too powerful that they need to nerf it. Gunslinger, even though it got nerfed, I still want to keep it an S tier. Even though it got really killed for a lot of, especially strong arms. Strong arms, I think we'll start to head out of the meta. And we'll start to see more Hot Rod Master, Gunslinger. And I think you'll see some Vicks because Vic now is back to 6 AP for Gunslinger and Escape Artist. Gunslinger went up 1, Escape Artist went down 1. So people might be able to justify 2 AP for Escape Artist on Vic now. More so than they would with 3 AP before. What else do I like on offense? I've talked about the powerful combination. I talked about defense. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. The QB stamina, backlash, and tank when it comes out. Edge protectors might need to come back. People might switch from double or nothings to edge threats. So be on the lookout. If you start to face more edge threats, you might need to go back to throw those edge protectors on for the 1 AP. I have one on Ogden in case they do come out with an edge threat. Then I at least have one side and I can double the other side. That's kind of my thinking on edge threat. So if you only have one, it is what it is, You can always double team the other side and then boom, your edge threat problem's gone away. But that's basically the, cheat man solution to edge threats. Is just get one. Might be worth it. And that's what I'm talking about. Slot apprentices are super powerful always. Gunslinger's a must. Identifier's a must. And there you go. That is the video. Do you guys get it? Got it? I'll put a link to this spreadsheet. Obviously, special teams are over here. Focus kickers, S tier. It's God tier. And let me know what you guys think I could change on the tier list. Yeah, I kind of like this. It doesn't feel like anything's too oppressive on defense right now, but one step is like borderline. Double or nothing since it got nerfed is I feel A tier fine enough. Bench press, we'll see if that makes a comeback at all. And there you go. Enforcer. Enforcer might have moved up. Enforcer might have moved up to A tier with the changes. I'm noticing a lot more. Like, early in the year, Enforcer was not causing fumbles. Sean Taylor has caused a lot of fumbles against me and for me. I think fumbles are back on the menu. So I'm going to throw Enforcer into A tier now. Strip splashes only with a user. You guys can watch my other video on this stuff. Human joystick's too expensive. QB Playmaker too expensive. Some of that's is just too expensive. That's why it's low. Otherwise, I mean, QB Playmaker is like wildly powerful. Human joystick's wildly powerful. It's just too pricey in my opinion. All right, that is it for the video. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I will see you tomorrow.